already get the audience. It's amazing. Yes, my name is Jazmin Garcia, and I'm the Senior Business Resource Manager at World Business Chicago, where I lead our initiative, ChiBizHub. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. You know, Geraldine, myself, the entire BACP team, and WBC constantly talk to small business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs. And we always get those questions, right? Like, I need resources for capital. I don't know how to, go get my business license, or I need help building out my business plan. And that's what we're here for you, to connect you to resources to ensure that that's a seamless process for you. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. I also am joined, like Stella said, with Mr. David Arriola. I know we're having a bit of tech difficulty, so he might be joining us a little bit after this, but he's a small business advisor actually at the ISBDC at the Industrial Council of the Nearwest Chicago. And the ICNC is actually an example of the business resource providers that we house on ChiBizHub.com, the portal. And just to give you a little bit of, example, he'll go ahead and introduce himself towards the end and talk to you a little bit about the ICNC after I kind of talk about ChiBizHub. But, ChiBizHub kind of was born where this July, we're going to be celebrating our 2 years. And it was born out of this, report that was commissioned, I want to say back in 2015, by JP Morgan Chase and a couple of, other philanthropic partners along with the city. And it found that over 80% of the jobs in our neighborhoods came from small businesses. But when they talked to our small business community and our aspiring entrepreneurs and asked them, hey, do you have the resources at your disposal to start, grow, or scale your business? The answer was a resounding no. And so this was our solution, right? We're trying to, meet the small business owner where they're at. And so the solution was to create this digital platform that housed all of the resources across the Chicago area, again, to connect you in a seamless process with a click of a button, get connected to a small business advisor, get connected to someone to share with you lending options, what have you, it's all there. And so, since its initiation, ChiBizHub has been doing really well. The website has had well over 34,000 visitors. And we actually have like well over 100 or so new website searches a week. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, because we became this one central resource for the small business owner and aspiring entrepreneur, we created a COVID-19 resource page that launched back March 2020, and it has already received well over 40,000 website visits since launching. And that's because, again, it's the central resource, not just for the small business owner, but we had any information from the state, the city, the federal level, corporations that were giving out grants for the small business community. I mean, our newsletter at one point literally was a financial digest of just every grant that you could think of that you can apply to. We had it on there, because we're the ones that were doing the research. Hey, let's find it for you so you can just get it in this one little email and get all that information. So, yeah, again, that's what, ChiBizHub is. It's an initiative of World Business Chicago, free. Also, I think I didn't mention that to you all. This is a free digital resource. You can use it 24/7 at your disposal. It is mobile friendly, so you can use it on your phone as well. I mean, that's something that ChiBizHub knows on the back end too. We collect a lot of data with how our users use it, right? And we see that over 60% of our users access ChiBizHub through a Samsung phone or an iPhone. And so we try to make all of this information very easily digestible for you. We're also very active on social media. So if you don't want to go on the portal and you don't want to go ahead and send me an email, you can just go on Instagram, go on Facebook, go on Twitter, and I post all the different grant opportunities, different webinars, different resources that you might need all on there. So there really is no excuse. The information is all there. ChiBizHub has been growing its network. We're right now at a little over 180 business resource providers on the hub. That's 180 resources for you. What's also really unique about ChiBizHub, it's catered to the Chicago community, right? When you go on ChiBizHub and use a resource navigator, you could put in your zip code and it gives you the top resources that are nearest to you. So if you're in Inglewood and you put your zip code from Inglewood, you're gonna get, the Inglewood CDC, you're gonna get Teamwork Inglewood, you're gonna get the resources that are right in your community. And the same goes for Little Village, and same goes for Brighton Park, same goes for just everywhere in Chicago, Lincoln Park, all the resources are there. So I also want to share with you a couple of other, given that we're so active, we have right now a little bit over 1,100 active clients on the hub. That's small business owners and entrepreneurs, again, getting connected to resources. That's really, really important. And mentioning to y'all, right, how we're super active on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I mean, you can see the following. That's been an organic reach, no paid ads. So we're really here again to serve as a resource for you and get you connected. Something that's really, really exciting as well, again, priding ourselves to meet the small business owner where they're at is, again, we were seeing, at the height of the pandemic, close to over 65% of our users were looking for access to capital. I mean, this was a month after month, right? We were wondering, like, how are we going to sustain our businesses? Like, we don't have money. We don't have the same foot traffic we once did. And so again, we're like, okay, we sat at the table. How can we help folks out? And so we partnered with the Community Reinvestment Fund that houses Connect to Capital. And now when you go on ChiBizHub.com, the portal, one of the top categories in the search bar is going to be Connect to Capital. And at the click of a button, you're expediting the traditional lending process. So where once, you went to a lender and you probably talked to one of them, and then they, by the time you got to like the fifth person you talked to, it was like, oh, hey, by the way, you actually don't have the credit score to get this lending opportunity, or hey, by the way, you don't have this. Well, what this tool does is that it expedites that process and it asks you a series of questions right at the jump, hey, and are you eligible for this loan? And then if you're not, this is the best part of it. If you're not, you already have those series of questions that need to get you to that level to be eligible for that loan, right? And again, it's not like you're just interacting with a computer, you're actually interacting with someone that can help you get to that level. So again, that tool is accessible to you 24/7. I serve as a resource navigator. So at the end of this, I'll be sharing my contact information, putting it on the chat box. So if you have any questions, if you're that aspiring entrepreneur and, unfortunately you lost your job to COVID and you're like, hey, you know what? I think this is the perfect time for me to launch my business. Get on a phone call with me. I can help you out. We also have licensing guides. We have startup guides. We have capital guides. Everything is on the hub. Everything you need, think about it as like a Google, but just for small business community and for aspiring entrepreneurs. You have everything you need right on this portal. To share with you a little bit more about what exactly is on the portal. Sorry, needed some water. So I mentioned to you all, right? You're getting connected to capital, whether it's lending, whether it's grants through different various venues. You also have folks that I have mentioned to you, our organizations, business resource providers. We call them BRPs. What this is, you'll see right here what the representation looks like. So you're probably wondering, what is a business resource provider? What is a resource provider, period? You're just kind of throwing around that word. And that really encompasses, an accelerator, incubator, any organization that works with workforce, so if you're like trying to launch your business, right? And you're like, okay, well, I don't even know if I have the folks that in the community, in the area that I want to launch my business at, if I have the workforce that's there to help me out. Well, you can, again, get connected on the hub to an organization that focuses on that type of research that can help you out. You also have co-working spaces. Some of you, have your startups that you don't actually need a location to house your business. You just need a space to get things mailed to you. You have well over, I want to say like 20 different co-working spaces that are registered on the hub that, again, you can get connected to find the one that's best for you in your community. We also have nearly every chamber of commerce across the city of Chicago that is registered on the hub. And again, for many of you that might not know what chambers of commerce are, they usually also have SBDCs, which you'll be hearing a little bit about, the ICNC that does, it's not a chamber, but it does have an SBDC housed within it. And they help you out with free resources, again, on building out your business plan, building out your financial plan. The chambers of commerce usually have membership perks, so you pay in to get perks of either like promoting your business or getting connected to a vast network in your community. I know some of the top chambers of commerce that are very active on the hub, the Little Village Chamber of Commerce, and amongst others, right? So that's just an example. You also have different opportunities to network. So we have a lot of associations on ChiBizHub as well. We always want to stress to the small business owner and entrepreneur, I think the success of your business is always going to be the power of your network, especially when it comes right to our Black and Brown communities, because it's always like, hey, how did you hear about this? How did you hear about that? That's going to amplify your business. And so again, at a click of a button, you have access to hundreds of organizations, of associations that are ready to be there to support you, to mentor you, to connect you to, again, more resources. You also have educational opportunities. So we're a hub right here in Chicago, right? Where we have different universities that have different entrepreneurial programs that can help you launch your business. All of them are on the hub. You have the Polsky Entrepreneurship Center. You have DePaul. You have the UIC and other programs at U of Chicago. I mean, everything again is on the hub. And I mentioned to you all, right? Financial services and micro lenders. We have 13 active micro lenders in the city of Chicago that actively lend, especially to our Black and Brown communities, and work with you to get that loan. They're all registered on the hub. Again, it hasn't been easier, I think, before until now to get access to a loan, get access to capital. And so, and not only just access to capital, right? I feel like we throw around that word like nothing of just getting access, but also there's a knowledge base of like, how can you be financially well, right? And you get those mentors that can help you out with that. So that's also connected on there. You have your business development centers. I referenced those SBDCs. You'll hear a little bit more about David's work after this. And you have government institutions, and Chicago BACP is one of them. Chicago BACP is also registered on the hub. And at the click of a button, if you can't get access to them, you can get access to them through ChiBizHub. So again, there's just hundreds of different, here I'm showing you now a map of kind of where our BRPs are all around in the city of Chicago. And you'll see they're all like central. They're right in Chicago, ready to help you out. So yeah, that's a little bit, about ChiBizHub. That's a little bit about me and my role in terms of, helping you out with getting you connected to the resources at over 180. You also, again, getting connected to access to capital and any other resources you might need. I'm here to help you. Really excited for the Q&A. If you have any questions for me, I'm going to go ahead and kick it off to my friend here, David, who's going to talk to you a little bit more about ICNC.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jazmin. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. So I just wanted to introduce myself and tell you more about the different services that we offer. So I'm with the Industrial Council of Nearwest Chicago. That's our host organization and incubator. We're part of America's Small Business Development Center. And then we are also funded by the Small Business Administration and the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. So we're just literally a small business resource for businesses throughout the Chicago area and the state of Illinois. So our overall mission and objective is to really help and empower and facilitate economic opportunities for businesses throughout Chicago. And so just to give you another quick backdrop, so I'm one of the business advisors. I have about 20 years of experience, in banking, finance, local and federal government. My most recent was with SBA, being a loan officer, and then a lot of commercial banking, specializing in equity, fixed income, debt financing, micro lending, lines of credit, and collateral lending. My goal is to really provide resources and prepare small businesses up to obtain capital. As Jen mentioned earlier, that's one of the biggest hurdles that a lot of small businesses face. So just let me give you just a quick breakdown of just how the Illinois Small Business Development Center Network works. So we have different development centers. Right now, there's about 30 in the state of Illinois. And so we provide a lot of financial, uh, marketing, and business planning for small businesses. My focus has been on the financial side, financial analysis, and access to capital. Then we also have the international trade centers. All right, these international trade centers provide advice and resources for global markets and how to expand your business internationally. We help identify different markets, meeting export requirements for and obtaining different licensing. And then we also have the procurement and technical assistance centers. These really help for federal and state and local government contracts. We kind of provide the resources and counseling so that you can do business with the state and the federal government. And so overall, we really just provide resources um, to really help small businesses. As Jazmin mentioned earlier, our goal is to really um, be a resource and create a roadmap for small businesses as they enhance and grow their business. So one of the great things about the Small Business Development Center is that all the advice and all the resources that we have available, it's at no cost. We're a nonprofit organization in Illinois. We do one-on-one sessions between phone, Zoom, or email. We also conduct a lot of workshops and seminars, a lot of business planning, and then also really, like I said before, really focus on the financial piece as it pertains to starting your business. Right now, we're really focused on helping small businesses kind of pivot into a new direction due to this COVID pandemic. So that's why we're providing a lot of content, a lot of training and education so that we can help small businesses, kind of get past and move forward with their business as we get past this pandemic. Like right now, we're doing a cohort based on digital marketing and branding with Loyola University Incubate. And so just so you can help businesses kind of pivot and move in a different direction, because as like if you're in a service business, it's kind of hard to go directly to a client. And so we're helping businesses market and brand their services through our cohort with Loyola University. So that's just one example of the different workshops and seminars that we're doing. And then in the later part of this year, we're going to focus more on going back to business basics and doing a lot of training and development for businesses as it, let's say, as it pertains to business, financials, do-it-yourself marketing and branding, knowing how to structure their business entity. Just so we're having a lot of classes like that. And so one of the great thing is, I can't stress enough that all this is at no cost. So besides all the different services that we offer, one of the other things that we really help is workforce development and human resources. So we really help small businesses provide a quality and streamlined service to connect them with employees. A lot of time, a lot of business owners don't think about the hiring process, the HR regulations that it pertains to navigating their business. And so we provide all those resources. Like right here in the screen, you can see some of the different stuff that we offer. We can create job descriptions. We can post and manage job advertisements. We do the resume and phone interview screening. We do the credit and criminal background checks, pre-employment assessments, employment educational verification. We can even create and implement a policy creation and do a lot of staff training and development. And so there may be some fees associated with that, but they're not going to be um, they're very nominal. So it's just another piece that we help at the Industrial Council at Nearwest Chicago. And so it's just another resource for a small business. So just to kind of like wrap it up, our overall goal is to really engage with existing and startup businesses, by just providing valuable assistance tailored to each company's unique needs. As I mentioned earlier, this cohort that we're doing with Loyola University, It's a whole new program that we're doing called Make City Labs, where we're providing a lot of training and development for small businesses, specifically geared to the west side of Chicago, but we will assist, any business throughout the Chicago area. And then below, there's our website that you can connect with us. And then also, I can leave all my information with Jazmin and in the chat as well.
Thank you for that, David. I'm going to go ahead and continue the presentation. So I did want to share with you all, I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I can't believe I forgot about this. But as many of you might have heard, Chicago BACP launched the regional business centers not too long ago. It's the Chicago Business Center program, right? And again, we keep priding ourselves in meeting the small business owner where they're at, getting connected to resources, right? And so what Chicago BACP, the city of Chicago did is mark a couple of what we call business resource providers on the hub already on there and mark them as business centers that are able to give you licensing support. So when you were able to just like you had to go downtown and get all of this assistance, now you don't have to do that. You can go across Chicago and there are 8 different centers and get this. Oh, again, you get licensing support, you get financing for your business, and you also get other professional services. I wanted to highlight this for you all because 7 of those 8 regional development centers, you can get connected to them right on the hub. We're talking about allies for community business. That's lending for you, and they also provide licensing support and all the other professional services we talked about. The AAA BNA, which is the Austin African American Business Network Association. You also have the Greater Southwest Development Corporation, something else I'm going to highlight after this, but they have folks that can help you out in Spanish too. That's something that you need. If you need a small business advisor that can connect with you in Spanish, the Greater Southwest Development Corporation is a great example. And you also don't have to be in the radius or vicinity to get assistance. You also have the North River Commission, the Puerto Rican Cultural Center, which also has an SBDC, and you have Quad Communities Development Corporation and also Uptown United. Again, all of these 8 different organizations. Oh, the 8th one, I'm sorry, is the Calumet Area Industrial Commission. So all 8 of these provide licensing support. They provide financing for you, any assistance that you might need, and professional services, including sector-specific guidance. So, many of you are like, oh, hey, you know what, like I'm actually in this space, and I don't think you could provide me assistance. No, like it's all highlighted on there. That's something else that's really cool about the hub. When I mentioned, I didn't expand too much on the accelerators and incubators, but that's actually one of our, in the last, I think since January to now, has been our top search category, accelerators and incubators, because a lot of accelerators and incubators are industry specific. One of the top ones that I know we've shared with our BACP community before is 2112, working with our music and creative industry producers. You also have a couple of different cannabis workshops and businesses that are there, and you can get assistance. So all of that is very important for the small business owner and entrepreneur, right? To be amongst the community that is relevant to the business that you're promoting, right? And that you want to scale. So that's something else that I wanted to throw out there. Again, the business center program that BACP just launched. I think it was earlier this week or last week. But again, you can get access to all of them right on ChiBizHub.com. If many of you saw, I did add it on the chat box, my contact information, and then also how you get access to the hub, access to capital. I want to go back to the end of the presentation here. Everyone had to pivot at the height of the pandemic, right? And everything became digital. And I know for myself, at least, I was very much worried of like, okay, is this information even actually making it to the small business community? And especially to our folks, that speak Spanish. And that's something that's really important to them, right? Getting a business advisor or anyone that needs their assistance to speak Spanish with them. So I made sure that ChiBizHub, along with the city, pivoted, and we also provided business education webinars that were in Spanish as well. Right now we have over 35 English and Spanish content that you can find on our portal. You can find on our YouTube channel. You can also find it on Facebook. This, I think, is one of the critical ones. We saw a lot of our small business community leaning on Facebook and Instagram, right? Because you're not getting the same foot traffic that you were at one point. So you have to find a way to make your digital presence, right? Everybody's on Facebook and Instagram. You have to promote your business. And so we saw that. So we're like, okay, well, if you're also promoting your business, you're also finding resources on the gram or on Facebook, right? So I try to make sure to go live once in a while, probably every other week, either on Facebook or on Instagram, again, talking about resources, maybe for e-commerce if you haven't transitioned your business yet. We also have a lot of resources on that. We have a great partnership with 37 Oaks, Tran Smith. She has tons of also educational content for you that helps you transition your business to e-commerce. And best yet, a lot of that is also for free. So everything today, if it hasn't like clicked, it's all resources that are available to you by the city of Chicago, by World Business Chicago, that are for free to you. You don't have to pay for it to access any of these resources or to even use them. Sure, the Chamber of Commerce at one point will charge you membership. If you go to an incubator as well, they'll charge you from membership, sorry. But you also have a tons of different free resources. Another top one that I know has been a guest for Chicago BACP is Score Chicago, right? They have a great mentorship program, and all of that is for free. It's federally funded. So it's, everything that you want access to, again, to start, grow, or scale your business. I shared with you all, we do have a YouTube channel, Chicago Business Hub, and a lot of the topics that range for the business education webinars, our basics to insurance, business credit, how and what to include in your business plan. That one's one of my favorites because it's in English and in Spanish. Also the financial plan one in English and in Spanish. And even for some of our nonprofit partners that may be on this call as well, we also talked about fundraising in the era of COVID. I mean, there's just tons of resources for you. I want to make sure to include exactly how you can get access to us, right? Like I mentioned to you all, going on the ChiBizHub portal and all of our social media channels. I'm incredibly active on all of them. I manage all of those socials. So anything that you need, I try to put it like, as soon as Chicago BACP, for example, launched their business center program, I made sure I'm like, it's going to go on Instagram. If someone doesn't read their email, they're going to see it on social media. So make sure to follow us all on there. We're very, very active. And yeah, that concludes, the presentation that we have here, and happy to move on to Q&A.
Thank you, Jazmin and David. Let's see if we have any questions.
I know I've been answering some questions, Stella, in the chat box, and I could probably highlight it for some folks if it's helpful while we get more questions in. But I know one, for example, was I knew we would have some of our partners or potential partners on this webinar, right? And one of the questions was, if I'm a business that helps other business professionals start, grow, or scale their business, if you provide legal services, yes, please get connected to me. So you can get added on the hub. Right now, I will say, we don't have for-profit businesses on the hub. But we do have different, I mentioned to you all what the hub looks like, right? So we have accelerators, incubators, workforce development, co-working, chambers of commerce, networking. Actually, let me backtrack. So incubators are the only for-profit organizations that are on the hub. But other than that, everything else, they're on the hub because they provide resources for free. So, but please get connected to me. I put in my email and we can discuss what that looks like for you if you can be added on the hub. And I also put in the partner sign up sheet. So you'll see on there when you fill it out, hey, do I qualify? Or these are the services that I provide. Do I provide any pro bono services for the business community? You can check it off there. And then we approve it on the back end, right? So just because you fill out the form doesn't mean you automatically get listed. Like there's definitely a vetting process. That's something else I want to let the business community know, right? So everyone that's on the hub, that's why it's been slowly growing. They get vetted. We want to make sure that when you go on the hub and you reach out to these organizations, the ICNC included, someone's going to answer you. Someone's going to look at your email and they're going to answer you. It's not going to go to a dead inbox. And so we try to make sure to always have the information up to date and make sure that the services that they say they provide, they actually provide, right? We hate it when someone says like, oh yeah, I provide business planning services, and then you get there and they don't really do that, right? So we do all of that research for you. Again, all of this information is vetted. And so that's why they're listed on the hub.
Okay, I have a question. Is
Mhm.
there a mobile app for ChiBizHub, or is it website only?
It's website only. That is my goal and dream that one day ChiBizHub will be an app. I feel like that's, probably where we're headed to. But as of right now, it's just website only. It's actually going through a migration process right now, to make it more user friendly, ADA friendly as well. So that's something that we have in mind. But as of right now, it's just website only.
Okay. How do we get Jasmine's phone number? I'm looking to increase my skills in data science. Are there any grants available for this training?
I love it. I don't have anything off the top of my head, but that's my job, right? To find resources for you. So please go ahead. Right now, just send an email to me to jgarcia at worldbusinesschicago.com. And then you can also call, I get the voicemails to my phone. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat box for our Tribiz Hub number. Give me 1 second. Oh, the number is 312-589-5777. And I'll go ahead and put it in the chat box as well.
Hi, good morning. Can you tell me about making your restaurant BYOB, rules and regulations, permits? Thank you. I feel like that is a real BACP
I
question.
was
And
gonna say, please take that
yeah,
one.
so I think this is a question for one of our business consultants. So I will put in the chat the information that you need to get in contact with one of our business consultants. Let's go to the next one. Does it matter which CBDC we go to for help?
Uh, I think the overall answer, it does not matter. I mean, there are some, I will say, and maybe David, you can take this one too to speak about your SBDC. Is that some of them may be like, oh, you do have to be in the radius of their area, right? And I know that just of like some chambers of commerce will have rules, but they'll let you know up front. And most of them will let you know, hey, like if we can't help you, we're gonna give you the one that's in your area. That's also just kind of like membership type of thing, right? But it really doesn't matter who helps you out. But David, you can express more vision. I know you are a small business advisor at the SBDC. I think you're on mute, David.
Sorry. Um, yeah, so it doesn't really matter which SBDC you go to. Um, just whatever is closest to you, but you can connect with any small business development center. It doesn't matter. But the goal is to try to find someone that's close to you. Like I said, we're in the west side of Chicago, but we help the greater Chicago area.
Mm, is it too late to start a cohort at Loyola? And if so, what is the
Uh,
criteria?
no, it's not too late. We're in the second half right now. It's just we just want to make sure that you're an established business, um, that has about 1 to 2 years in operation, and I can send all my contact information and get you started. Like I said earlier, that's just one of the cohorts. We're starting a brand new cohort beginning in May.
Are nonprofits eligible to participate in the services that you provide?
So yes, we can help and provide a little bit of guidance, but we typically don't advise nonprofits. SCORE, the incubator SCORE, specializes in nonprofits.
Hi, does the hub provide any resources for developing business plans?
The hub directly does not, but we connect you to the resources that do. Again, Score Chicago is a great example. I was beginning to type that out on the chat box. They help you develop your business plans. I mentioned to you all also the 8 different regional development centers, right, that Chicago BACP just launched. And all of those also help you out with that. The one that I've worked with specifically and directly has been the Greater Southwest Development Corporation. And they help out when you go on the, actually, I think this might be really helpful. I'm pretty sure I can share my screen. So I'm going to take you all to the hub. Give me 1 second. So you can see exactly how, oh, give me 1 second, how we can connect you to the resources and how it's the Navigator is just so easy to use. Give me 1 second. Okay. Can BACP confirm with me that you can see my screen? And you see the resource navigator?
I can see it.
Awesome, thank you. So mentioned to you all, this is the portal, ChiBizHub.com. I'm gonna take you to what the hub looks like as soon as you get on the page. I mentioned to you all the COVID-19 information is right up at the top because it's the most information, most important right now, right? And really, this is all for you, right? I mentioned to you all the startup guides, the growth guides, licensing guides, capital guide. Everything is here. You want to get connected to getting all the latest news. You want to make sure to go to sign up for Chicago Business News. This is where you get, you remember how I mentioned to you all at one point, we really did become this kind of financial digest that shared with you all of the different grant opportunities at all the, you know, corporate, state, city, anything kind of level, they were all there. So I want to take you really through this resource navigator that I keep talking about. And here you will also find, you know, info@chibizhub.com. I also manage that email. And I also answer that number. So you can feel free to call there and email there. So mentioning to you all, right, how all of this is catered to our Chicago community, the 77 neighborhoods. You put in here your zip code. You put in, you know, how close or how far you want the organization to be. I believe the question was on business planning, right? Creating your business plan. You can go ahead and put that. You can talk, you know, it's probably consulting. You want some advice on that. You can talk, you can use a drop down menu and use your specific business. So see how like it could be as broad or as specific as you want. You know, you can use agriculture, construction. I know those are our top ones right now. Health, manufacturing, transportation, all of that are our top industries right now that are growing really fast in Chicago. So you can pick whichever one there. This is what's really cool about the hub too, right? Say you're that aspiring entrepreneur, you barely are getting started and you're really in that idea inception stage. They can help you out. And you can pick that all here. You might be also a business that, hey, I've been in business for over 30 years and I'm looking to scale even in the height of the pandemic. How do I do that? You can click that as an option as well. We're gonna go with Inception, just given our question. And then also, again, you can even go to different organizations that specifically say, I mentioned to you all, right? Like if you need someone that speaks Spanish and can help you out, you could probably, you put one of the probably Hispanic here, and that'll even give you a more refined search. But let's just go with to keep it broad with the options that I mentioned to you all about area of assistance, business planning, business plan consulting, inception and idea. 1871 is another top one. If you're in the tech space, that's a really good one for you. 2112, remember how I mentioned to you all? And it doesn't have to be, I'm mentioning to you all what their expertise are in, right? Like 2112 being the music industry, the creative arts. And then 1871, you know, everyone knows them as that tech hub. But they also, because they're all hubs, they also help you out with connecting you. Like if they're not the ones that are experts within your industry, they'll connect you with someone else. So I would just want to go ahead and give you the example of 1871 since it's our top search, given what we asked. It shares with you on the side the primary contact, gives you their phone number and their website at a click of a button. When you put contact this organization, you just put this quick little diagnostic, right? Your name, your last name, email, exactly how they can help you. And get this is what's really cool about the hub. Not only do they get the email, but I also get the email. And so I'm able to connect not only with you as a business owner of, hey, did 1871 write you back? But I can also connect with our contact at 1871 of, hey, it's been 24 to 48 hours. Have you contacted this business to ensure that they get the resources that they need, the mentorship? whatever it is. I can tell you that we're really proud to share that with ChiBizHub. I mean, you get a response within 48 hours. I remember in the tracking that I've done in surveying of our small business owners that use this, they've shared with us, hey, you know what, like it was a Monday. I sent the email around like 11-ish. By 3 p.m., they already had someone in their inbox scheduling an appointment for Friday that week. So that's how fast the process can go. Even in the midst of COVID, I know things were kind of delayed at one point. And if they do get delayed, you know, barring anything crazy that happens again, because I know during COVID things have been changing daily or even weekly, right? We make sure to update the community of like, hey, our BRPs right now are doing the best they can, but they'll help you out in a timely fashion. See, you know, Chicago BACP is listed on here. Another lending institution, Chicago Community Loan Fund. They'll help you with the inception and idea, right? So that's all there for you. That's what's really cool about the tool. I hope that answers your question.
If I have a company in another state, but I now live in Chicago, do I need to move my entire company to get help?
For ChiBizHub, I have to say, yeah, your business has to be in Chicago. I can't speak for others, but I'm going to assume yes, but David, you can speak to that too if you like.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the business has to be in Chicago.
Okay. How to get a restaurant business started at O'Hare. We just recently did a webinar on that on Wednesday. I can send you that information in the chat box. If you apply for a loan through one of our micro lenders or lenders and was denied without a reason, can I file a complaint? Don't think that question is for you guys either.
I don't think so. Yeah, sorry. I think you definitely would have to go to them directly.
Go
What
directly to the
resources do
lender.
you provide the agent community, especially to those who cannot speak English?
Thank you. That's a really good question. I mentioned to you all, oh, actually, no, I didn't. So ChiBizHub, what's really cool about the tool is that it's actually translated in 6 different languages. And I believe Chinese is one of them and Cantonese. I made sure we have resource materials that are translated in 3 or 4 different languages that are part of our Asian community, and I can make sure to send that out to you. We work very closely with the Chicago Asian Network. They aren't a resource on the hub because they're a for-profit business, but they've been incredibly helpful in making sure that we do touch our Asian community. Again, understanding we don't want language to be a barrier for our community. So on behalf of ChiBizHub, you know, when you go on the first page that I showed you all, we have our introductory videos and then resource pages, including you'll see when you go on Connect to Capital, that's also, I believe, in Chinese, Cantonese, and there's a third one. Sorry, I don't know it off the top of my head. But we did try to make sure that all of this is at your disposal. We work very closely also with the Chinatown Chamber of Commerce that also provides resources, and they also have advisors that may speak your language. So please just give me a call or an email. And, you know, even with broken language over here, like I will make sure to connect you with the resource. Like that's something that we do, right? Like if we don't know the answer, we find someone that can help you. So please know that the resources are here for you.
Can I just add something really quick? We do have an Asian small business development center, so that you can connect with me and I can direct you with that director and that small business development center.
Okay, we have more questions. Give me 1 second. If my company headquarters is based in another state, but I live in Chicago, would I need to? I would like to set up a division in Chicago. Can I get help?
Yes. So at large, I mentioned to you all ChiBizHub is an initiative of World Business Chicago. And I appreciate this question a lot because World Business Chicago is literally the organization, it's the economic development agency of the city of Chicago. And so if you're looking to relocate any of your headquarters, start or branch out, just like you mentioned, WBC is a place for you. So please go ahead, regardless of the industry, send me an email to jgarcia@worldbusinesschicago.com, and I'll connect you with my colleagues that work in our business development team. That might be the right people for you to talk to make that happen.
Okay. Who teaches the cohort you are looking for in addition to instructors for digital marketing?
So we have professors at Loyola University from the Quinlan School of Business that are conducting these sessions. And currently, we're not looking at any other professors just because we have the relationship with Loyola University and the Quinlan School of Business.
Do you have any experts in online-based businesses and e-commerce?
Yes.
I'll also add on our end, I mentioned to you all 37 Oaks. Taran Smith is the founder and CEO, and that's a partner, proud partner of ChiBizHub. We work closely with her. I'm pretty sure she's also done some presentations with Chicago BACP, and has a lot of different free tools as well to help you with transitioning with e-commerce. I actually host a monthly conversation with her on Instagram Live, where again we talk with all the small business owners at whatever stage you're in to transition you to that space. I'll go ahead and put a link in the chat box as well, so you all can visit her page and all of the different business education webinars she's done and continues to do. Very active in that space. So yeah, on that e-commerce portion. So I can
Okay,
see,
I'm
I
in the
see.
chat
Okay.
box. Let's see, we have a question. What happens if the business is legally registered in DuPage County, but you provide services in Chicago and Cook County? Do I still qualify for this service?
I'm not sure if that's directly for David, but I know for us, yeah, we're right now we're very, very specific to Chicago. We are planning on potentially growing, just given, how much traction we've gotten with the resources here in Cook County. But at the time, yeah, that probably would be a little difficult, just given like the location of the business resource providers that we have right now registered on the hub. But again, I mean, that doesn't, we also work very closely and they're registered on the hub. The Illinois, this is part of the state DCEO office. And so again, if I don't know the answers, I can connect you with someone at the state level that works with our small business owners across the state of Illinois, and they can go ahead and help you out as well. So that's also an option.
Okay. If you guys have any more questions, we still have a little time. Please feel free to send them to us in the chat or the Q&A box.
Stella, I see a couple. I don't know if they were sent to me privately, but I'll go ahead and address them if it's okay with you.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
So we have a question saying, I have experienced many portals and tools for resources to be underrepresented in the entertainment industry. Are there opportunities for a person with a background in music and promotion industry to become an advocate or mentor in the entertainment industry? Yes, please, again, send me an email. Off the top of my head, I know 2112, the Center for Creative Entrepreneurship, that organization is housed at 2112. They would love to connect with you. They're always looking for different individuals with various backgrounds and expertise that can help you out. I mean, that can help the community out. So I can make that e-introduction for you. Or you can, again, get connected to them through the hub, but more than happy to help out with that.
Jasmine, I don't see any more questions on my end. Do you have any more?
Sorry, I'm going through it right now because yeah, I got a lot of personal like to me. So 1 second, sorry. Just scanning through all the whole thing. Okay, I do have one related to, for the LGBTQ community, non-binary. We do have resources for you. I will note, one of our chambers of commerce that's actually very active, and I'll be doing a presentation with them next week on mentorship, actually, which is very important, is the LGBT Chamber of Commerce of Illinois. Led and at the helm by Jeremy Holston, incredible guy. Again, they have incredible resources again to start, grow, or scale your business. And then also we have a couple of different business directories on the hub. And I know formerly known as Bossy Chicago, they recently changed their name to again be a little bit more inclusive. And they have also a tons of resources for our LGBT community. I mentioned those are just two that I'm sharing you like just off the top of my head because I've been working with them in the last week. When you go on the hub, I mentioned to you the resource navigator. You can select that as a specific community, LGBTQ, and you can find resources specific to that to our community there. So that's in relation to that question. Um, let's see. I know I did see some questions about folks not answering the phone. I do want to highlight. So I am a one-person team right now. So trying the best as I can, but I do want to share, whenever you send an email to info@ChiBizHub.com or my personal email, which is the one that I gave you all, the jgarcia@worldbusinesschicago.com, or calling the number, we do, we try our best 24 to 48 hours to get in contact with you. Again, if I don't know the answers, like I wouldn't even take that long to write back to you, hey, I don't know the answer right now. Like give me a couple of days to figure out the answer. So to find you, again, connect you to either someone on my team in terms of World Business Chicago or connecting you to a business resource provider. There will always be some kind of answer for you. Even if it's not like the exact one you were looking for. So I want to make sure to highlight that it's email, cell, or the number that I gave, that we're here to help you all. And I know I still see a couple of questions about it. There's a lot in the chat box, right? So David and I will go ahead and put our information so you have it there to be able to contact us, okay?
I think as you were speaking, Jasmine, some questions came up in the chat box. I'm just trying to filter through them. What is the top women-owned minority business resource to go to in Chicago? In the city and state levels, I'm sorry. What is the top women-owned minority business resource for the city and the state?
That's a really good question. I want to share this resource with you all because they do incredible work. I at the state level, I work really closely with it's the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and they have divisions for our Latino community, our Black community, our women-owned businesses. Literally have one staff member for each of those. And again, you can get connected to them through the hub, through me. One of the individuals that I talk to on a regular basis is Diana Alfaro. And I just know that they're a top resource. They're very similar to ChiBizHub in like always making sure that for the business community, they sent out for our women-owned shops, any resources that are like even when it comes to certification, right? That's also a top resource or question that we get. And so I can make sure to connect you with them. At the city level, a lot of our, the organizations that David and I mentioned also have, like Score Chicago is very women-centered as well with a couple of different of their mentors. And a couple of other different business directories. So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm pretty sure women business was also one of the options on ChiBizHub when you put a specific community, and you can find a list there. David, I don't know if you wanted to kind of express vision. I don't know if your business does any work directly with women-owned businesses.
We do, but one of the best resources is the Women's Business Development Center. They are fantastic. They do a lot of business advising, and then just like Jazmin mentioned, the certification to become a certified women business enterprise, they can guide you through that hub. And then one of the things that they have that I find amazing is that they have an internal loan fund. So they do micro loans for women-owned businesses.
Yes, how could I have forgot about that? I'm so sorry. Yes, the Women's Business Development Center, and you can get connected to them through the hub. I'm actually pulling up their link like right now, so you can see how easy it is to get in touch with them.
We have a question here. Can you discuss the BACP Entrepreneur Program? I can talk about that briefly, but if you want more information on it, I would encourage you to go to chicago.gov/business education. Overall, once you have completed the program, you have to take up 9 webinars, and we will sign off on them. That's why we asked you guys in the beginning, if you are a part of the program, to email us so that you can receive credit. Once you're done completed the program successfully, you will be partnered up with one of our banks, CIBC Bank, and you can be eligible for a low interest rate loan. So to get more information on that, please visit chicago.gov/business education. If we don't have any more questions, Jazmin, David, do you have any final remarks?
No,
Hey,
just
go
would like
ahead.
to say, oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Just thank you everyone for being on this panel, and then hopefully we can continue to be a resource to you. And I put all my information in there so that we can connect, and then hopefully we can get you started with your business. And thank you, Jazmin, for letting me be a part of this great webinar.
Awesome. Thank you so much, David. Thank you, the Chicago BACP team, for the invitation today. These are all really great questions. I love these because these are the questions, we get on a daily basis. So again, we're able to connect you to resources. I want to stress, ChiBizHub.com is a portal here for you, translated in 6 different languages. We try to make sure all of that is either through our YouTube videos, the portal itself. Again, you can translate it. I myself, if I mentioned to you, I speak Spanish too, so I can help you out and connect you to the resources that you need in Spanish as well. So really, again, this portal is for you. It's for businesses in the city of Chicago. Again, from the ideation stage to, hey, I'm ready to scale because I've already been a business in 30 years. And, I don't have anything placed digitally because right now, right, that's how we're connecting as we get through COVID. So just want to stress again, I put in all of the ways that you can follow us through across social media channels, my email, and then the info@chibizhub.com that I also manage. And yeah, I see a lot of folks too, if they can't get in contact with me in email, they'll send a direct message via Instagram. I also check those. So really there is no excuse in terms of getting in touch with ChiBizHub at World Business Chicago. There's always a way to get connected. So thank you again for having us. And I look forward to connecting with you all separately, those that wanted to follow up.
I see I'm still getting questions regarding our entrepreneurial certificate program, so I'm putting that information in the chat box. But again, the information for the BACP Entrepreneur Program, please visit, I just lost my train of thought, I'm sorry, chicago.gov/business education. Again, visit our website at chicago.gov/business education. If you are already a part of the program, send us an email at bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.gov to receive credit for today's webinar. I'm gonna leave this page up for a little while, for like another minute or so that you guys can get all the information that you need. So Jazmin, can you leave up your contact us page for a little while?
Yes, thank you. Wait, can you see it or no? Because I left
Yeah,
it
I
on.
can see it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave that one on for a while. And I see some folks got disconnected, so I'm trying to type everything again on the chat box so you can see it, okay? And yeah, David, if you don't mind putting your contact info again too.
Absolutely, will do.
Thank you. That concludes today's webinar. Again, if you have any questions, please feel to reach out to us at bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.org. Thank you.
Thank you.